veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. 2017 for Zeke Elliott, a mixed bag. Would he play, would he not play? Well, he missed the 6 games from weeks 10 to 15. He still finished, though, Charles, 10th in the league in rushing.
Just tells you about the talent that he has and how explosive he is and what he brings to the table. Look, he averaged 98 yards per game, 98.3 to be exact, a full 11 yards higher than number 2 Todd Gurley behind him. So that just tells you, if he plays a full season and he's averaging that type of yardage, I think Dallas's win numbers go up.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Everyone's got 4 down.
First down, Prescott. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Third and short yardage, Prescott. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Running with Elliott. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Prescott now. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And some room to maneuver. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. There we go. Hey. Four down.
To throw is Prescott. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
There we go. Right in.
Hey, check Mike 15. Mike gets a 15. Check Mike 15.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Tight ends on the loose. Tight ends on the loose.
There we go. Right in.
Five down. Stand up in.
There we go. Count.
Slam.
There we go.
A first down carry by Elliott. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On play action, Prescott. And Dez has got it. Dez Bryant for the Cowboy touchdown. Dez Bryant, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
Nice touchdown, baby. Keep working.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And now it's blocked.
They don't want it, boys. They don't want it. They don't want it. Football!
Bailey now to kick this one away. Set to return, this is Jeff Janis. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I think many people thought Ty Montgomery would automatically go back to being a wide receiver this year, but it appears he's going to stay at running back. I know they drafted Jamal Williams from BYU, but Montgomery proving his worth.
And he proved it, proved it last year. 5.4 yards per carry, 4th best in the league. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Right. He's down right here. He's down on the right.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first. Rodgers now on first down. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. This is Cobb with a catch right side. 23 yards on the play.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Rodgers now on first down. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And again, it's Rodgers. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
And my goodness, this is incomplete. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. So the Cowboys offense coming back out there, and after the excitement of that 13-3 year, the NFC East title 2016, they fell back to earth in 2017. It still finished 9-7, but not what you expected from them.
No, the scoring differential was a big telltale about the difference between 2016 and 2017. They were plus 115 a season ago. Just plus 22 this year. That means tighter games can go either way, and not enough of them win in Dallas's win column in this past season.
They start on the ground with Elliott. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Prescott off play action. Now he'll escape to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Gun. There we go.
The give is to Elliott. He's trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. Second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right there.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Trevor Davis, deep for Green Bay. This is taken at the 15. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. For the Green Bay Packers, they're coming off a 7-9 season as their offense makes their way back onto the field. But with that 7-9 season, Charles, they saw their string of 8 straight playoff appearances come to an end. It was just weird not to have Green Bay in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, you kept searching for them, didn't you? You kept looking down the list. When does Green Bay play in the playoffs? Because you're so used to it. But with the injury to Aaron Rodgers that knocked him out for so long, the offense really struggled. Finished 26th in the league in total offense. In a lot of ways, remarkable they finished 7-9.
Yeah, and Brett Hundley came in, tried to do his thing. I don't think it was much of an indictment on the play of Hundley, as it made me appreciate Aaron Rodgers more.
I think we all did, and I do believe that the head coach, Mike McCarthy, was trying to fashion offense and also take care of Brett Hundley in the beginning, and that made things easier for opposing defenses.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
First and goal here from the 9.
Check 88. Check 88. Check.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No
no
yards.
yardage. Okay.
Second down throw for Prescott. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal.
Everyone's got 4. 4 down.
Here we go. Wide, ain't it?
Looking to throw. Prescott. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That pass play good for 7. But it still brings up a 4th and goal. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Knock it through. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Rodgers to throw on second down. And his throw is incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Rodgers now throwing on 3rd and long. David Irving in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott punching it in from a yard away. Packers will add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started.
We got three down. Hey, fellas, we got three. Let's go.
Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number one headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
Tight end right. Hey.
Now Rodgers. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And the D looking like they may blitz. Rodgers now to throw. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. And the slot man goes in motion left. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on first down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Rodgers, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
We always talk about our admiration for quarterbacks who can extend the life of a play and create another play off of one that appears to have broken down. Should we come up with a different term for Aaron Rodgers? Because he has taken it to a new level.
He loves life outside of the pocket, doesn't he?
He certainly does. Very comfortable out there, and it usually results in good things for Green Bay.
Throwing is Rodgers. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. This will be caught by Nelson for a Packer touchdown. Jordy Nelson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. So they're going to go for 2.
Man left, man left. 4 down, 4 down.
Green light, quick one.
87's mom, don't worry about that. Show it up, show it up.
Get out,
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Now a toss coming right side. It's Montgomery. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick. What'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen, steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Double tight, double tight.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Gun.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Check 4, check 4. Single, single.
Here we go.
Single,
All right,
single. Mike 50, Mike 50.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. Fresh set of downs here.
Count.
A handoff left, Elliott. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down.
Here we go. All right, gun.
Check 50, check 50.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Prescott now on second down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Perry in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
In motion here is Witten. Third and long for Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
And that was a nice catch, and if the goal was to get into field goal range, it certainly appears that they accomplished that.
Well, and sometimes that's what you dial up in these situations, right, when you want 3?
Well, if the goal was to get into field goal territory, even though it'll be a long attempt, I think they accomplished that.
And sometimes you have plays for that. It's not always a first down. When you want 3, get a little bit closer, making an easier shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to concede to the defense, and they know what you're trying to get done, and to try and get any more than that is almost folly. Take what you can get, maybe have an opportunity to put 3 points on the board.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Two times. 4 down, check. 4 down.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. The Packers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. The Packers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Got 3. 3 down.
319.
Mike 5'9",
They go play action for Montgomery, and now Rodgers. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now it's Rodgers. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Check, tight right. Solo out there, check the outs out there.
319.
Hey, 4 down.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for the tight end Lance Kendricks there. And it'll bring up third down.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now Rodgers got to have this one. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining.